from Seoul, Korea, and welcome to the GSTL. Today we have OGS against Slayers. It's going to be a pretty sick match. I am Tasis with the Azartosis. Together we are Tastosis, the Casting Archon. How are you doing, brother?
I am so excited. OGS against Slayers. This is going to be an amazing match. We see the teams now exchanging flags. The Wind and Vice Captain Celawera. Holy check, there he is. A big fan favorite in the foreign community. And it is time, Tasteless. This is actually going to be a very, very good match. Both teams have improved dramatically since last season.
You know, it's really exciting to have Slayers down here. Of course, Slayers, owned by Slayers Boxer, Imyohan, the Emperor. This guy made esports what it is today. He is the reason why esports is as big as it is now. He's handpicked each of these players. They got a lot of talent here. They haven't had as much success in previous team leagues, but, he's determined to win this time around. OGS over here, founded by Spunky, a very influential figure in esports history. And, of course, he has quite a lineup with players like MC, like Nada. I mean, it's going to be a pretty tough match for Slayers, despite, Slayers Boxer being so talented.
It certainly is, but OGS is a very Terran-centric team, Tasteless. Now, Slayers has, in my opinion, perhaps the best Protoss vs. Terran player in the entire world. Slayers Alicia, I think he's going to be a pivotal player in this match.
That was a very good point. They are a very Terran-heavy team. Of course, MC winning our previous season, and that means he's the first guy we have who's won 2 GSLs, individual championships in almost in a row.
Will he be unstoppable this season? We don't know yet. We're going to have to
find out. And speaking of OGS, here's our lineup: Xenio, MC, I'm sure you guys know who he is, Hero, Inca, and Snare. Very strong during the beta, still is Nada. Most consistent pro gamer ever. Top, Supernova, coming from Code A, now in Code S.
The Wind. He, of course, is the head coach of OGS.
Yeah.
And also a Code S player himself.
So as you can see here, they have quite a lot of players in Code
Snare,
S.
Top, Nada, The Wind, Xenio, Inca, MC, Supernova. I think the only team with more players in Code S than TSL. In Code A, they have poor Hyperdub, man.
Hyperdub, I got a lot of respect for the guy. He's had, the worst luck with who he's ended up facing.
Dude, him and Leenock.
Oh, man.
They should never buy lottery tickets.
Yeah. The coach is The Wind. Now, The Wind is old school.
Yeah.
This guy is, very, very, very early esports. One of the first best Zergs, basically. And, it's interesting. A lot of times coaches understand the game so much better than the players.
That is very, very true. Yeah. You have to, in order to teach something correctly, Tasis, you have to understand it on an unbelievably high level. The Wind has shown us, in fact, his match versus San Zenith. If anyone wants to go back and watch that game on Zelnaga Caverns, you want to learn how to play Zerg vs. Protoss, he will show you in that game. It was the closest to a perfect game I've seen in Zerg vs. Protoss. The guy is actually amazingly good.
Now on to the Slayers team. We have, I know who that is, Slayers Boxer, MMA, Ryung, Gonzi, Alicia, our Joseph's favorite, Frozen, Tyson, Man, and of course Celawera.
Vice captain here. No longer Wera, but Slayers Sella. Now, that lineup is getting better and better and better. Notice in Code A we have Slayers Boxer, Gonzi, and MMA. In Code S we have Alicia. And Gonzi is actually quite fearsome. He was a StarCraft 1 pro. Not all that great at StarCraft 1, but very good at StarCraft 2. MMA, well, he's just a very solid player.
He's the captain as well. So I'm looking forward to seeing these games. Again, as good as Slayers is, OGS is the slight favorite. I believe OGS was actually champion of the first team league, which was not done in English.
Yeah.
That's quite true. Early. And now, they want to win it again.
Of course they do. And, they have MC. They have some of these new pickups. They have Nada. They are a team that can win it, but this isn't something super one-sided like the matches we saw yesterday. It's not like one team is way, way outclassing the other. There is a lot of underdog potential for Slayers.
Just got a shot at Slayer's Boxer's wife in the audience, here to support the team. And as you can see, we've updated our studio. It's even more balling. So thank you so much for joining us here. Get on out there, get on the forum, spread the word, tell everybody to tune in. The Team League, it's so much fun to cast.
It's so much fun to watch. I'm sure it's fun to play. It is actually this amazing event. I enjoy it every time, Tasteless, as much as Codes easily. It is. There is a lot of storylines here. These teams going up against each other. Some rivalries within teams. Who are you going to choose? Who's going to go out? Hard to say.
It's just so much fun. Now, we did do some casting yesterday, so let's show you guys those results. We'll put them on screen now. And as you can see, Lucira is pretty good.
Lucira. I'm never Lucira is more like it.
I'm never Lucira again.
Yeah.
He melted ice cream.
He banned Hack.
Yep.
Zero was such against
He quantified Zero.
And Coca.
He got cola.
He did.
Now, our other match.
Twilight Foyu taking out Fruit Dealer. Fruit Dealer should have had that match, Tasteless.
No kidding.
Twilight, by the way, that's Haxu, the old StarCraft 1 Protoss. And then we had TSL Alive, almost all killing the team, taking out Twilight, Leenock, and the best. SC Foyu then took him out, and Puma made his triumphant return to pro gaming and took out SC Foyu.
So here's the brackets. As you can see, tomorrow we are going to have IM against TSL. That is going to be crazy.
If the matches today weren't so good, I would just wish to fast forward to tomorrow to see that match, Tasteless.
Oh, man, it's going to be so cool. IM is just so solid. I don't know if anybody can stop them, but I think TSL probably has one of the best chances of doing it. TSL, I feel like, should have had more success considering the lineup, considering the coach, but, not a bad beat. And our first player is going to be Inca.
Oh, you love this guy.
I love watching Inca play.
Inca is actually a level above a lot of these Protosses. I don't put him complete top-level Protoss, but I put him, bottom of second-tier Protoss. Maybe middle of second-tier Protoss. And I'm talking in the world. He is an extremely talented Protoss. He has shown his level in the up-and-down matches. He played just brilliantly against Huck.
Now, one thing about Inca is, if I had to say a player who plays Protoss, probably the best way to play it, he's got, all-ins, he's got fakey builds, he's got solid macro builds, and, I'm not shocked at all that Inca's in there. Inca definitely has taken out some heavyweight players. He hasn't had quite as much success in the individual leagues as I think
he's
been
solid overall.
Oh, he's very solid. Now, we're going to see, who is it?
It is...
That is Min.
A Zerg player.
Now, we don't know much about this guy. He started with Dark Horse. A lot of pressure on this guy right now. First player from Slayers thrown in there. And we, as you can see on the bottom left side of our screen, we don't know much about this guy.
No, we don't. But it is interesting that they put him out first. That means that they have a lot of faith in him because there is a solid lineup for Slayers. They have players like Ganzi, like Alicia, Slayers Boxer himself. I mean, it is a solid team, Cases. It's getting much, much better.
Zerg's been having some tough times here, so it might have been a smart move for them to throw a Zerg out there first in case, it gets a matchup that he's actually good at. But we're going to see, we don't know a lot about Min. That, we didn't know a lot about Seed, but now, he's my new man crush. That guy is so good.
Well, careful, Tasteless. Your other man crush is sitting right here, OGS Inca. The map will be Tal'Darim Altar. It is a big map.
Very open.
PvZ can be quite interesting here. Protoss can be punished quite well by drops as they move out because it takes a long time for them to actually walk across the map with the normal Colossus-based army. So we're going to have to see what kind of style Min has. We really don't have a lot of information on him.
Looks like the countdown has started. So let's get ready for this PvZ on the map Tal'Darim Altar. I am Tasteless, and with me is Artosis. We're Tastosis, the casting Archon, and this is the GSL Team League. And we are back. Oh, we got dropped. Don't worry, don't panic.
Out of my slouching pose of watching the game.
We're not on camera to get down like this, but we're back. Well, the game got dropped, but sit tight. We're going to get that loaded up for you guys.
I'm sure we'll start it right away.
Right away. We'll just get that onto there. So big moment here for both of these guys. OGS, such a solid team.
Yeah.
But, Slayers, I think there's so much potential when you're being coached by Slayers Boxer.
Yes. The way I see this, Tasis, is there are 4 teams that are definitely above the other teams, okay? Startail, TSL, IM, and OGS. And I see these 4 as these are another level. But
those
are top tier. Those 4 in the bottom 3, which would be Xenex, Foyu, and Prime, is Slayers. And if there's one team in the first round that can make an upset, it is Slayers.
I think it's a really good way to put it. Slayers is actually mid-tier as far as our 8 teams go.
Yeah, they're improving rapidly.
The other rest
There's
are
a lot of potential, yeah. And the other teams I just kind of look at, I'm like, I'm sorry, Prime. You're not going to take out Startail.
Prime is definitely not the favorite. Okay, the countdown started again. So let's see if we can get this going this time. It's going to be a PVZ. The map is Taldarum Altar. And, of course, the first match in a team league like this, where it's elimination-based, is pivotal.
It is. Slayers needs this win.
Can they do it? We're going to find out here. The game has started. So when our Korean commentators are ready, we're going to go ahead and put that up on screen for you guys. It's cross position. It's going to be pretty sick.
Spoiler.
Over here in the red at the bottom left, also an ancient civilization. He is
OGS Inca.
I guess actually civilization would be Incans, but all right.
Well, it would be, yes, that's right. But their team name is Old Generations.
Over here in the yellow, we have our new Zerg player,
Slayer Smith.
Normally we have the Zergs as blue. Mixing up a little bit of yellow.
Huh.
How about that?
Yeah, we normally have red and blue. That is weird. I wonder if this means he's scared.
He's yellow.
You're just a yellow Zerg.
So, over here with the pylon placement, we know it's going to be a fast expand build. He's going to build the forge. If he sees that there's Zerglings on the way, he'll make cannons. If he thinks he can buy time, he will make Nexus.
Notice that the second probe was going out. Very StarCraft 1-esque move on a big map. If you don't scout Zerg right away, you send out that second probe because you absolutely must know what they're doing.
Yeah.
You just have to know, Tasteless.
You got to know.
And he's going to know momentarily because that probe is about to find out that Min is actually going for a spawning pool. Notice no gas. And this is actually a build that I do quite like in this matchup, and I don't think people do quite enough. Everyone goes either hatchery first or gas pool. And, both those are great builds, but this is one that Zergs need to work in more. By not getting your gas so early, your expansion is going to come up a lot quicker. You're still going to be safe against almost every single build. It's actually a really great build. Ooh.
It's safe against any kind of crazy proxy rushes, and that's an interesting location.
Yes, it is.
To take a hatchery. What's funny is Inca is checking with his probe at the most common location a Zerg would expand to, and he's saying, all right, well, there's no expansion there, and it looks like he's now going to spot it. This is very crucial that he knows this.
Yeah. This probably means that our Zerg player will take his third base at his natural pretty quickly, and that's going to work out a lot better than you think. You might be thinking, wow, you can't really take a third base that quick. That's not normal. Well, the fact that he didn't get the gas is actually going to give him such a mineral boost. He's not losing mining time. He's not losing extra drone. He's not spending 100 minerals and 100 gas on speed. It's actually, look at that. There you go. Very quick 3 bases, 3 hatches. Very strong economy.
It's smart. I think this is probably one of the best builds you can do on this map is Zerg.
I like it a lot.
Because, some of the Zergs I don't think have adapted to the larger maps the way they should. Zerg are supposed to like large maps.
Exactly.
Big and open. You can expand. You can counterattack because it's easier to go around. And a build like this is pretty solid. Now, Inca is doing a pretty standard build. This is actually a build that came from StarCraft 1. Protoss has figured it out pretty late because it's actually pulling off a fast expansion. PvZ in StarCraft 1 was actually really tricky.